It's the same thing with I did with Matthew. There's no script. We're just gonna go live and just talk about it. There's
Okay.
nothing mentioned. Our life. What's going on YouTube? My name is Chris again. Welcome back to another video. Nerd Talk number 17. We're back. Matthew's not here today, but we have Claire is back. Coming back from the dead. She's hasn't been there on the channel for February 2021. That's the last one we talked about WandaVision. Because all the Nerd Talk afterwards was all interviews. But she's back. We're going to talk about Ahsoka episode 5 today, which blew everybody's mind. And even though I'm still seeing some hate online, which I don't understand why we are seeing some hates, but it's listen, you'll never be able to please all the fans. I understand that, but I just don't understand the hate that it's getting right now. I feel like Dave Filoni should be the chairman of Lucasfilm and not Kennedy, because let's be honest, Kennedy destroyed Star Wars with the sequels. I said to you earlier about people like the prequel, people like the sequel eventually. I'm like, no, nobody will ever like the sequels, unless you're one of those person like I like everything in Star Wars. I don't care. Like I've talked this so many times before, but the sequel really destroyed my love of Star Wars at the time they came out. Except for Rogue One.
Right.
Rogue One was the only of the 5 movies they did. Rogue One was the only good one.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to know a fun fact? I don't know if you knew about this. You know the famous Vader shot at the end of Rogue One?
Yeah.
That shot, the entire shot, was directed by Dave Filoni. No, a lot of people know that, but that was directed by Dave Filoni. Which he was playing a lot because I feel the way that Filoni wrote Vader in Rebels, which I think he did such a good job, especially the Twilight episode when he fought Ahsoka,
Right.
which was amazing. All right, so we're gonna talk about Ahsoka episode 5 today. I know last time we did with Matthew, we did 1 and 2. Not a lot happened in 3 and 4. Like 4 was mostly like Ahsoka training Sabine, which was a cool scene. Of course, going back to A New Hope. Of course, when Anakin, Obi-Wan started training Luke. But that was really cool. Episode 3. Now I want to talk about this because I thought about Matthew last time. The famous unmasked person was nobody, right? There was a lot of people were saying it was maybe Ezra turned to the dark side. I know Starkiller was a very big talk for a long time. I hope it was Starkiller, because Sam Witwer, of course, who does Maul and the Clone Wars, the voice of Maul in Rebels 2, did Starkiller, of course, for the game. If you guys haven't played the game, if you have a console, if you have able to play it, it's basically Star Wars if you're a god. Like Starkiller would just technically it's not canon, it's legend, I know that, but Starkiller would destroy Anakin. Like Starkiller would destroy a lot of the Jedis.
Yeah.
Because he beat Vader twice. At the end of the first game and the end of the second game, he got stabbed by his other clone. But anyways, so but if you look at the credit of the first couple episodes, he did some voice on the show, additional voice. Well, he's still working on the show. So I mean, listen, I think he did the same thing with Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett and the Mandalorian. He did some voice of robots, whatever. He's still involved with Star Wars. So episode 5 of Ahsoka. So episode 4 left. The ending was amazing. We saw Ahsoka in the world between worlds, and I just want to mention this. It looks beautiful in live action. They really did a good job.
Yeah.
Somebody was complaining about the flashback scene in episode 5 being like looking bad because there was all cloudy and a little smoke. Think about it. Those kind of shows, especially limited series, they have a limited budget. Everybody watching, like they can't just throw $100 million per episode. That's not how it works. They probably have a certain amount of money. When it's a show like Mandalorian, which there's gonna be multiple seasons, they know about it. Sure, there's a bigger budget and a bit of CGI. But I'm gonna say this: the World Between Worlds look beautiful live action, really did. So episode 4 ended with Anakin, aka Aiden Christensen, back as Anakin. Said a little snip, which I was almost cried about it. So I was like, man, they call it. If you watch Clone Wars, you know how much that was mean. And then Sky Guy, of course. And then episode 5 starts with Anakin and Ahsoka and the World Between Worlds. So we have a lot to dissect from a lot of scenes, especially the Clone Wars flashback scenes and all the talks they had together. So I talked about it 2 years ago in 2021, and I'm gonna mention it right now. The only thing I wanted to see in Ahsoka, last year, 2022, was my bad, was Rex in live action. And we talk about it, but I'm still gonna talk about it. I ask Disney. I know they didn't watch my shit, but I still asked it to put him in if they ever do some Clone Wars flashback, because that was all rumored last year, of May of last year. There was so many rumors about it.
Right.
and we got live action Rex. Now it was Morrison and not Baker, so it was not the original Clones Wars voice actor Baker. It was Morrison, aka the one that played Jango Fett, also played Boba Fett, and he did that one clone in Obi-Wan episode 3, I think. You know, I don't know which one, the homeless clone. So it was his voice, but I don't care. We still gotta see Rex look beautiful. I just have to mention it because Rex is my favorite character, like one of my favorite characters of all time in Star Wars, and I know you like Clone Wars a lot too. It was great. Also great in Rebels. I like the older Rex too. You know, really good. So, what was your first reaction when you first saw Anakin in episode 4? You know, Aiden back and the beautiful. I'm gonna say this real quick. DH looked good too on him. They did a good job. When I say compared to Obi-Wan, which looked a little rough, this looked better. But what did you say when you saw Aiden back as Anakin?
I almost cried because I've been watching the Clone Wars since like season 1 even came out, and like we've never really gotten live action clips until now. So I was like, my inner child is going crazy.
That's how I feel. I feel like maybe that a lot of people that didn't grow up with the Clone Wars, maybe that's why they were not affected as much by those flashback scenes. You know, especially Aiden in the Clone Wars armor from Anakin from the first 3 seasons, because season 4, and we know season 4 we see Anakin with this current episode 3 suit, but like the armor that he wear in Obi-Wan 2. Clone Wars, see him Aiden back. Me too, man. I mean, my full rush is on YouTube, because I was recording myself in that time. But yeah, I yelled, and I was like, man, I was like, he looks beautiful. I almost cried too, seeing him. Like, I feel like I've said this before. This is my biased opinion. Nobody can agree with me, but for me, the best Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith. I know it's very biased to say. I know Empire. It's like I think it's between Empire and Revenge. You know, it's whatever you prefer. You know, I think those are good answers for your number one. But for me, it's Revenge. It hasn't changed since I first saw Revenge. I think it's a poetic love fan to the you know, a love letter to a love letter to the fans out there. You know, and at this point we've seen so many different clips of Order 66. You know, from Bad Batch, from Clone Wars, from Mando, Obi-Wan. We saw so many different versions of Order 66. Of course, Fallen Order 2. Fallen Order, yes, as the young Cal, which was amazing. By the way, do you think there's still a chance to see Cal? And do you think we still have a chance to see him in this show? Because that was also a discussion. Because the actor literally, like, it's the actor, you know, that plays in Shameless. Forgot his name, sorry. But do you think we could maybe possibly see like a little older Kyle in this series? Maybe.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, he's one of the last few Jedis that are in the galaxy. So it's like, if there is such a big evil, then I feel like they should all like kind of work together.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know that Rise came out in 2019. And the game came out in the same year too, but we don't hear his voice at the end of the movie when all the Jedi's are calling to Rey. So I'm not saying that he is alive by then, because again, the game barely came out at the time that the movie came out, Rise of Skywalker. So maybe they just didn't care to put his voice in there. But he's still now a fan favorite character. Everybody liked those 2 games; they were both amazing. So again, I feel like if they want to, you know, show us the Kyle. Nobody complain about it. Same with Starkiller. I'm still hoping for Starkiller somehow. Still hoping for that guy to show out somehow.
That would be cool.
Just to see Winter's face, I'll be like, there it is. There it is, you know. All right, episode 5. So let's start with the flashbacks, because those were something very interesting to see. So first of all, Anakin saying that he's going to finish Ahsoka training, which I think... I remember at the end of episode 4, as soon as we saw Anakin's face, we hear the Vader team. Like, the episode end, and we hear Vader's team for like 3 seconds, and then the credits roll. So I kind of knew, or like, that was not the real Anakin. Well, I mean, it is, you know, but like a, you know, twisted version of Anakin. And episode 5 of last Tuesday, we got this, right? We got a first flashback, falls from the ground, and you see one phase 1 clone. And that's why you know, okay, yeah, there it is. And if you saw my watch party, I was like, yeah, we're getting flashbacks. As soon as she fell down, I was like, we're getting a flashback there. Like, there's no way.
Right.
We got a flashback. And again, I'm going to say this. Aiden did a really good job playing the Matt Lander version of Anakin, right? So, Anakin from the Clone Wars. I think his sarcasm and his, you know, his humor and everything. You know, his seriousness was all really portrayed by Aiden. I know that Aiden said that he did watch all of Clone Wars before he starred in that show. Cindy for Wrestling Dawson, because of course, and she watched Clone Wars and Rebels because she's completely Ahsoka, which is kind of important to know your character and everything. So yeah, and Aiden said he was a big fan of Clone Wars, big fan of the series. So I mean, I think Aiden's still in touch with Star Wars in a certain way, but yeah. So yeah, young Ahsoka was portrayed by Ariana Green Glabs. I hope I say Green Blatt. Sorry, which previously, like I told you before, portrayed young Gamora and Avengers: Infinity War, and recently, like I said, played a movie with Adam Driver. I don't know which movie that is. Do you know which? Was that the dinosaur movie?
I think it was like a dinosaur movie.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
I saw that movie. That was a horrible movie, to be honest. That movie was year 1000, whatever that was called. Yeah. Oh no, year 65 million. Year 65 million was called. Horrible. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. And of course, she was the daughter in Barbie. I haven't seen Barbie yet, but yeah, she's an amazing actress. I'm gonna say this. I've seen some complaint about Ahsoka in the show. You have to think about it. It's like Ahsoka. The magic of Ahsoka was her voice, right? Sure, it was a cartoon, but Ashley, who voices Ahsoka, that's where the magic came from. So of course, when you get a such beloved character into live action, it's not gonna be perfect. Okay, like even Ahsoka Dawson, yes, I love her as Ahsoka, but I'm still not getting. I'm getting vibes from Clone Wars and Rebels, but it's still no. I grew up with Ashley's voice Ahsoka, right? And I talk about it before Mando came out and before the rumors for Ahsoka was out. I hope that they somehow bring Ashley's voice. That happened. Okay, now I'm gonna use Rosario Dawson's voice now instead of Ashley. But again, it's like some complaint about it. I think she did a good job, honestly. For a young actress like she is, I think she did fantastic. And people that hate on it, just I don't know, man. Just stop complaining. Like, listen, they're giving us fan service, and I know some fans, there'll never be enough to please them. But for me, that was like, this episode of Ahsoka was the level of fan service that we got in No Way Home. That was just fan service episode, like over and over. And I talked about it before, and I want to mention it again. Of course, the amazing scene when the white shot from Anakin to Vader. I saw other people reaction on YouTube because I like seeing people reactions to those scenes on YouTube. What did you think of that scene? Because that was a pretty goddamn good scene. Probably one of the best shots ever in Star Wars, to be honest.
I thought it was so cool. Like I can't even explain it because like. I don't know. I can't even put it into words because it just pretty much. Yeah,
I know it was. It was one of those things. You can look over and over again, and you're still gonna be like, "What the fuck, man?" It's just one of those scenes. And then next shot we get. And by the way, fun fact: so the planet they're on is Twilight. Because we see some Twi'lek, aka we saw them in the Clone Wars. And this episode 7 of the Clone Wars, I actually checked. Because he said it's one of their first mission. If you watch Clone Wars, the episodes are not a chronological order of like the Clone Wars happens. Like the first episode with Yoda and the clones, it's like that takes place near the end of the Clone Wars. Not this. It's all messed up, their order and everything. But it was one version was on Rylet. So that's what we're talking about. And of course we see Rex in live action in the episode from afar, but phase 1 Rex. So from the start of the Clone Wars. And then we got more scene with Era. By the way, remember that is played by Mary Elizabeth, which is an amazing actress. She was in I know her from Sky High as the. Have you ever watched Sky High? Like the teenager goes into a school. And I know her from that for some reason. I know she played everything, but that's why I know her from really.
Who did she play?
She played Era. She plays Era, the green chick.
Oh, okay.
Era, yeah, that's Mary Elizabeth. Yeah. And of course, next scene we get flashback. I've talked about it earlier. Was the Mandalore siege? Holy moly! This was like I said before. I watched the episode that night. I watched the Clone Wars arc of the Mandalore siege because I love those episodes so much. Especially when Rex cried when he's about to shoot Ahsoka. We talked about it before, but that just got me into the fact that I think Rex is one of the only clone in the entire army that actually does hesitate to shoot somebody. And we know how close Ahsoka and Rex are in the Clone Wars, of course. So, no, and it was voiced by Morrison. Again, not by bigger, but it's still nice to see Rex in live action. I know my reaction was just like, man, again, my favorite character in one of my favorite characters of all time in Star Wars was Captain Rex, and Fives, rest in peace, Fives, but Fives too. Yeah. I love Fives. But yeah, that was really cool to see. Now I wish we would have seen his face. Something that we didn't get. It's okay, and I'm not gonna complain. I still love the episode, but I wish we would have seen like Morrison's face as a clone, because we did in episode 3. We saw Cody with no mask, something like that. Which was of course Morrison again. It was still amazing to see. And then of course the famous shot, which is the thumbnail of this video right now, but the amazing shot of Ahsoka and Anakin cross, which of course looked like the shot that we've seen in one of the final scene ever together in episode 5. In season 7 of the Clone Wars, right before Anakin went to Coruscant, and like when they separated, and after that she goes to Mandalore. So were you satisfied with the flashback that we've seen, or did you wish that we got maybe a little bit more that we got?
I wish we got a little bit more. I hear people disagree all the time, but it would be cool to get like a live action Clone Wars series. That might, like, considering budget, but that would just be pretty cool.
Yeah, after this episode, people on Twitter, they went on Twitter like, come on, give Dave his own live action Clone Wars series, because after like 3 scenes, literally 3 different scenes, people are like, we want more.
Yeah.
Alright, now Nightfall Anakin. Damn, holy moly, fully of Jesus fucking hell, that was awesome. So soon as just seeing Anakin, and not Vader, but Anakin with a red saber, that was honestly amazing. That was just like, damn. So of course I fought Anakin from episode 3 with the yellow eyes, the Sith, the back that fought Obi-Wan and the Revenge of the Sith. When he says you lack conviction, which I think was again such a cool scene, and when he says to Ahsoka says to him, "I will not fight you." And then Anakin says, "I've already heard this before. I've told you before." But it was a callback to when he fought Luke, and Luke said, "I would not fight you before." And he said, "Obi-Wan has told you well," and he had the high ground, which was really funny. And then the Jedi, Not Funny Kid was amazing. Aiden just, I'm gonna say this. I feel like after Revenge of the Sith, because Aiden killed in Revenge of the Sith, right? Let's not talk about the House of Clone. That's a different story. But I think like Dave. And one thing that I've heard about online, which I don't, and I've talked to people that told me that Dave can direct right. I think episode 5 proves that wrong. Those shots, like again, that shot, even when he goes like this, he has Anakin with the Vader voice, and when he's switching from Vader to Anakin on the wall between worlds, right? Like that scene, like and there's lighting and smoke behind him. He's like, you like conviction that he started fighting. Those shots, I think, proves wrong that he can direct and write really well.
People really doubted him, which
unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know. Okay, now people that want to call Clone Wars a kid show, I don't know why. Like, listen, there's so many scenes that proves that wrong. There's a lot of scenes that are not like I'm currently watching the episode the Umbrella, when when Anakin has to leave his mission, and you see the planet with. Try to explain the episode. When that Jedi betrayed them, they're like the Jedi betrayed all the clones there, and he goes on a rampage.
Yeah.
Krell, his name was. I'm watching this right now. Just those episodes, I'm like, that's not for kids. Sure, it's a cartoon, but if you look at the 2003, I think Clone Wars series, have you ever seen that before? Like the weirds.
Yeah.
Which for some reason Windu is overpowered because he just fucking punches the. It's in Grievous. It's like all those. That is, I think that's for kids, right? That that's kids. But like Clone Wars, no, it's not. I would say like PG-14. Maybe like 13 years old, but not for kids. I would not let my 5-year-old watching Clone Wars. To be honest with you, I would not. Like, there's some scenes in there. Also, there's also some dirty jokes between Anakin and Padme in some episodes. Like, there's sneaky jokes.
I know.
They're sneaky jokes again, but again, if you're old enough, like we're adults, we can be like, oh, that's what he means, I mean, Disney is known for putting a lot of dirty jokes in their animation movie, right? And only adult understand. Like, and of course, the famous Elastic Woman in First Incredible. There's that one dirty joke when she looks at her own ass, right? If you know, again, as a kid, you're like, oh, that's cool, but then so you're like, that's weird, it's a kid movie, But yeah, Clone Wars not a kid show. So if you guys want to keep calling Clone Wars a kid show, it is not. Sure, it's animation, but it's, and I've said this before. I feel like Clone Wars is the best telling Star Wars story. Like, I feel like the fact they had animation, they were not limited by what actors can do or whatever. They could do anything, and they really brought Anakin, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, all the clones, and also, especially I think Clone Wars made us fell in love with the clones, aka Rex, Cody, Fives, Echo, Heavy, all those clones. We fell in love with them clones. Before Clone Wars, nobody gave a fuck about the clones. Nobody gave a shit. They were like, oh, they're clones, right? Like, and then the only one we see from the Clone Wars in live action is Cody. Before that, in Episode 3, right? We briefly see Cody, because he's like, Commodore Cody Order 66, the famous, one of the most known scenes. But Clone Wars really, give us a bigger idea what the clones are, the relationship between the clones and the Jedi. Because if you watch Revenge of the Sith, but you saw everything that Cody and Obi-Wan has been through in the Clone Wars, and you watch Revenge of the Sith, that scene that when he has to shoot his own, one of his longest probably friend, and the longest general he's been serving to, it makes the scene more impactful, and then
he's reluctant.
Yeah, and now we know why we don't see Rex in the movie, because Rex was busy with Ahsoka, so now we all know that, and which was amazing. And then Ahsoka and Anakin fighting, and the Red Lightsaber Anakin was amazing. I love that so much. Also, the spin he does, I don't know if you saw that spin he like under.
Yeah.
That was like a Clover shit. I was like, man, come on, bro. He was more. And then
he did that with Obi-Wan too.
He did with Obi-Wan, yeah. He did with Obi-Wan, and he did in Clone Wars a bunch of times too. That's his move, yeah. That was amazing to see. And then, of course, the episode ends with him being, I guess, good again. I don't know how to say it. The only thing I'm thinking about is, like, Ahsoka knows that he's dead, right? And even though she probably knows that this is a vision, she still won't fight him, because that's how much. I don't know if she's the same with. Do you think that Ahsoka is the same as Obi-Wan, that she feels guilty? Because you can clearly see that in the last episode of Obi-Wan, when they fought, and then he cuts his mask, he tells him Anakin. But when after Vader says Anakin is dead, and then before he leaves, he calls him Darth and not Anakin. And then in New Hope, he doesn't call him Anakin once. He just says your father to Luke, but he says Vader, right? He took over Anakin, which I think the scene that we saw in Obi-Wan brights up the scene when Luke thought Obi-Wan lied to him, but he did not. He really thought Anakin was dead, and Vader took over.
Right.
And do you think that Ahsoka has the same thing as Obi-Wan, that she feels guilty for what happened to Anakin because she couldn't be there for him, and everything?
Well, yeah, you can tell she wanted to stay. She wanted to continue her training, because you can tell she really wanted to protect the public. But the Jedi, I am so conflicted on the Jedi. They were so arrogant, which is not the thing for Jedi. That's like,
yeah,
like, but she was like, I can't stay here when people are going to be looking at me differently and seeing me as a criminal instead of what I really am, like a soldier, a protector.
That what happened in Clone Wars in Season 7, when she was underworld. She saw how the people that given the Republic saw the Jedi. And also that one line when Ahsoka told Anakin, I was trained to be a keeper of the peace, and now I'm getting trained to be a soldier. I know we heard those lines before, but I feel like now we see in live action, it's more meaningful that we see in live action, because we hear that a bunch of times in the Clone Wars, and I'm gonna be honest, I might be hated for this, but after seeing this one scene in Ahsoka, I kind of understand what Luke was saying in Last Jedi. Now we saw that one scene, we're trained to be peacekeepers, not soldiers, and I don't, agree with Ryan did with Luke in Episode 8, but again, it's I kind of see where Luke's come from now, from after you see that scene. Sure, the Jedi did fail the Republic, a certain way, right? So in a certain way, I'm gonna say it's their fault that everybody, the Sith won, Revenge of the Sith, but it's kind of gives more lie to, I guess, those days. Now we have 3 episodes left. The we haven't seen Thrawn yet. We've heard his name so many times. Blah 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 blah. We haven't seen him yet. If you guys didn't know, Thrawn is gonna be played by the same actor that voiced him. I'm trying to say his name really quick because I'm right here. His name is
I'm
Lars.
reading and going.
Oh shit!
No, this is
Lars Mikkelsen, of course, that voiced him in the Rebels, of course. You know, so we see him before. You know, amazing actor. That's gonna play in live action. Now, there's still three episodes left. The episode 5 ended with the whales. Now, that was I was happy to see those back, you know, because, you know, they're a big part in Rebels to go with Ezra and Ahsoka, of course. And I was going to talk about it. I want to talk about it really quick. Kane's and Arrow's kid. When did they have time, you know, to do that? Like, when did they have time to do that shit? Because, like, that's obviously Kane's, you know, son, because, you know, he's a Jedi, he came for the Force and stuff. Also, I love the green hair, you know, like, try to be like his mama, you know. But, like, when did they have time to make a kid? I'm literally, you know, because he was blind for a long time, you know, too, you know. I was like, wait a minute, wait. It's like, because at first I was like, wait, who's the father? I was like, oh wait, you know, Aaron King didn't have a thing, you know, but like when they have time to you know, to make a, I don't understand that at all. I'm like,
I mean. Maybe when
it was weird. Also want to talk about, of course, when I talk about Bailey and Shin, aka Ray Robinson, again, rest in peace. You know, I feel I didn't know that at first, but he was the fat dude in Thor, the one with the axe. You know, like the big three. Like you know, there was Fundell. He was the one, the one with the big axe. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, with the guy with the little sword and the axe, or you know, the big three, and he was the Punisher in Warzone, 2008 Punishers movie 2. Which again, I'm not a fan of the Punisher movie, more of the TV show, but yeah. So again, I'm gonna say this again. I think his acting is really good, and he actually plays Sheehan. Let me find her name really quick. Ivana Sekano is an Ukrainian actress, so you know, which is really cool. My girlfriend is also Ukrainian, so when I told her about her, she was like, I want to watch the show now. I said, before watching the show, you need to watch the first 3 movies, Clone Wars, then the Rebels, and then the original trilogy, and then Mando, and what? Why? I said, because if you watch Ahsoka right now, you'll be out of context. You don't know what the fuck you're talking. Like
you're gonna be like, who are these people?
Yeah, you cannot just straight to Ahsoka. Like there's so many things. There's 3 seasons of Mandalorian. There's 6 movies beforehand. And 2 animated TV show Clone Wars and Rebels. You cannot. I know there is the essential Ahsoka episode. I watched those. They fuck out some episodes in those essential episodes of Ahsoka on Disney Plus. Or they added some episode for like to catch up on. They missed so much episode from both Clone Wars and Rebels. There's a lot of episode like the one of them is the haven't had episode. I feel it's important. When she goes and helps those young Padawans, or like one of them was a Wookiee and everything, that is, I think, a really important, you know, step up into Ahsoka evolution. And they didn't add that. They even add the movie in it. Like you kind of need to watch the movie where the hell she came from. The movie was like when we switched into Ahsoka. Yeah, it's funny. The first Star Wars movie I saw in theaters was Clone Wars, because I was 7 at the time. It's you were 6, right? Yeah. And I remember seeing Clone Wars in theaters because I couldn't watch Revenge because I was only 4 years old when Revenge came out in 2005, you know, so I didn't watch. But I saw Clone Wars was the first one I saw in theaters, and again, I've been a fan since then. So all those characters, very familiar with. Now, I want to talk Alien Baggins Anakin, right? We talked about it before, but I feel like I don't agree with you, and I agree with everybody saying around the internet. We need live action Clone Wars, or at least, you know, I'm not saying like 5 seasons, just 1 season. Give us the biggest moment of the Clone Wars and do an episode each. Like I think the most obvious one would be Ahsoka, you know, Station Mandalore. Like, you know, we got like 5 minutes of it. Give me a full episode. Just give me like, you know, full episode. Bring back Ray Park as Darth Vader. Bring that young actress back as Ahsoka and give me that, because yes, I know for the episode itself they did use motion capture. Right, Ray Park did portray Maul, and then there was an actress for Ahsoka, and then Sam Witwer, and then actually voices Maul in Ahsoka in the back. But There's so many good episodes you can bring, like Rookie. Rookie is like first season when they get attacked on that one moon and Heavy, and that's where you meet Five and Echo, and that episode. Like there's so many good episodes of Clone Wars you can bring to live action, which will work really good.
Yeah, I honestly, people might disagree with me, but we've never seen Ventress in live action. That would be cool.
Interesting. Because here's the thing: I don't think she just we haven't seen her die, right? Last time we saw her was when she teamed up with Ahsoka. That's the last time we saw her in season 6. That's a lot, right. Season 5 or 6, whatever. 5, sorry. And we haven't seen her in Rebels, so I don't think she's dead. And she's a nice sister. I'm pretty sure she can live older than normal humans do. Like the all mother of the sis or whatever. And here's the funny thing to think about it. What's the name of the woman in what's her name? Jesus. The witch in Ahsoka. What's her name? Jesus.
Morgan.
Morgan. Yeah. She's a sister. She's part of the Knight's sister.
Yeah.
Same as Ahsoka was and everything. And if you think about it, she does seem more powerful than the whole mother because. Like, that one Inquisitor that was circular was, now we know when Ahsoka killed him, it was, green magic from the Night Sister that she used, Morgan used. So, we could possibly see, I won't be surprised, because here's the thing, we see Clone Wars character before, right? We saw Cad Bane in Book of Boba Fett, which, my god, I was surprised, but I loved it.
Yeah.
And
we know I loved the Marshal so much, like, I was like, yeah, you're dead. You're not beating Cad Bane on a one-on-one pistol. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Cad Bane killed Jedis. That's he was, and there's one episode where he fought Obi-Wan with a lightsaber. In the Clone Wars, he was a badass. We saw Zeb.
Yeah.
In Mando season 3. The Zeb that is voiced by Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom. Who was Wolverine in the video games and also Call of Duty, but yeah. And then the only action we haven't seen yet is Kane. Of course, he's dead, but we could get some flashback again. Like, we saw a flashback for Clone Wars. What if Ahsoka meditate and we see a flashback of, like, the entire band, right? They can bring Zeb, they did for us, We saw Sabine, we saw Era. We saw a quick cameo from Ezra as a hologram. We're only missing Kane as live action. They couldn't bring. Do you know who voiced Kane in the Clone Wars? Freddie Prinze Jr., who played the live action Fred in the Scooby-Doo movies, the live action Scooby-Doo movie.
Okay.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
I didn't know that.
He voiced Kane in Rebels. Yeah, I didn't know that too because I saw him talking about it, and he talked about how the sequels were bad, which they are bad, and he said like the way he loved voicing Kane in the Clone Wars. Yeah, that was him. That was in Rebels. Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, he really is really cool. I love the actor. Yeah.
Did Ezra finish his training?
Not really, because he was hold down again. Tell about how long he's been out there. He's been there for a long time. It was like so. Rebel takes place around the same time as Obi-Wan takes place. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's around the same plan. Because Darth Vader is still more, I guess, powerful than he is in the original trilogy. So yeah, so he's been there for like 20 years. He's been out there.
Yeah.
So but we saw from the hologram, he does look older-ish, right? So I don't think that he finished his training because he started training with Ahsoka on the tie. But don't forget, after Kane died, I'm guessing Ahsoka probably trained Ezra instead of and also Sabine. But I'm gonna say this: I'm not a big fan of Sabine being a Jedi. I remember seeing the Darksaber in Herbert the Darksaber. I think it was really cool, But as a full Jedi, I'm like, I liked the Darksaber battle between her and Sheen in the first episode. That was a cool battle. I was like, yeah, you're gonna die. You're fighting a full, not a Sith, not a Jedi, whatever you want to call them.
They're dark Jedis.
Yeah, dark Jedis. Yeah, they're because their lightsabers are orange. Oh, that was. Let's talk about the orange lightsaber, not red. Orange lightsaber. So of course we know that, what orange means.
Yeah.
Balance in the Force. I don't know why they have it because that's what Rey has in the end of Rise of Skywalker, a orange lightsaber. Why do they have an orange lightsaber? I was questioning myself. It's like it's not the same orange as Rey's in the end of Skywalker, but it's it's more towards like red, but it's still orange. I don't know. It's weird because like orange means when you have an orange lightsaber, it means balance in the force. That's what Rey has in the end of the Skywalker because she's found balance in the force, right? Since been defeated, blah blah blah. But how can it be balanced if there's balance? I mean, there's a good and a bad side that are balanced. This is confusing, honestly. With that, but yeah, I'm gonna say this. I think that Bailey and Shin are two awesome characters. Bailey being that very tall. Now here's a big topic people were talking about it. How does Bailey know who Vader was? That's the thing people are talking. Because he said himself, everybody knew Anakin Skywalker in the Jedi Order. Few would see what he would have become. Now, not even Ahsoka knew who. Not even Obi-Wan knew that Vader was Anakin until that one Inquisitor of I forgot her name. That the black chick. I forgot her name.
The second sister.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the one that helped Obi-Wan there. Yeah. She told Obi-Wan. But how did they even Obi-Wan didn't know. Ahsoka didn't know until it was confirmed. He was one of the missions she went and fought him. But how the hell did he knew? Because he said that he looked up to Anakin. And then when he found out that Ahsoka was trained by Anakin, he told Morgan, be careful of her. She is very powerful. So how does he know who Anakin was? Or what he turned into? Nobody could know because only Obi-Wan saw him burn. Sure. But only Sidious and all the droids, probably some clones, saw him becoming Darth Vader. So how did he know? Because he never used the word. He never used the name Anakin afterwards. The only one that called him Anakin was Luke in Episode 6. Obi-Wan keeps calling him Darth or your father, never mentioning his name. So how the hell did Bailey know?
I don't know. Maybe since he was not necessarily closer friend-wise with him, but since he was he's not Imperial, is he?
He was a Jedi. No, he wasn't a Jedi. What's the name of the droid? I keep forgetting his name. The one with Ahsoka. What's his name?
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. When he scanned their lightsaber.
We can just take.
Yeah, when he scanned their lightsaber, he said that Balin is an ex-Jedi. His lightsaber is Jedi. He's an ex-Jedi. For Shin, they don't know, but Balin wasn't Jedi. I'm guessing that Balin probably took Shin under his wing and trained her to be a bad person, whatever. But Balin was once a Jedi.
Yeah.
That's why he knew who Anakin was. I think he said he fought with Anakin, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, and I know I'm on Twitter right now. One controversy that I'm seeing right now, and it's stop bitching about that, people, please. It's how did Ahsoka beat Anakin, guys? It was a vision. It was not real Anakin. The real Anakin would have destroyed Ahsoka. Honestly, destroyed. Even Ahsoka told Maul, you're lucky Anakin to show up. You wouldn't the way you're fighting. Anakin, Darth Anakin, would have destroyed Ahsoka. And there's no question about it. Listen, here's the thing. Ahsoka's stronger than Luke, I think, in a certain way. Ahsoka, I might get killed for saying that, actually. Because technically, Ahsoka would be Luke's master because she's older and everything. It's just, I'm not saying and I think in a certain way she's more wise than Luke in a certain way. I mean, look what Luke's gonna become in Episode 8.
Well, because this isn't confirmed, but isn't she pretty much a gray Jedi?
Oh yeah,
Gray Jedi are not canon, so.
Yeah, no. I think it's canon. I think it's canon.
Oh, okay.
I think pretty sure it's canon because it's canon. She's over Luke. She's above Luke. I'm not about strength, but because no matter how strong Luke is, we never really see him do much. The more we seen him do was probably that one episode of Mandalorian. When he fought all the Dark Trooper. That's the most we probably ever saw Luke and fight or using. The way he fought Vader at the end of Return, but even then, Vader was holding back. The real Vader would have destroyed Luke. He'd hold back.
Yeah.
Episode 5, of course, Vader, he would only want to capture Luke. He didn't want to kill him. But Episode 6, he was still holding back. Because he was, after they fought it, he was slowly turning into Anakin. That's the reason why I don't count a sequel as canon. It's because the true chosen one is not fuck Rey. It's Anakin Skywalker, right? And at the end of the George Lucas even explained, at the end of the series, he saves the Jedi. He's a chosen one. He kills Sidious, and then himself he kills the Sith, the Master and the Apprentice. He kills himself.
Yeah.
And kills Sidious. That's canon. Fuck these sequels, man. I swear to God.
Like what I was mentioning before, they completely trashed the plot they even had. Rey had like a double-bladed lightsaber. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to see Anakin in that, like teaching her a bit, and they went way too fast with her. They were like, she's a girl. She's gonna be badass as hell right off the bat. Even if she was a scavenger.
Because between the Last Jedi and Ras Skywalker, it's like a year. Don't tell me she could be that. Like Luke trained for years. It was not as. I'm not gonna say Rey's more powerful than Luke, but she ain't weak. Like she was able to defeat Sidious. It was like a Raincold version of Sidious. I don't know how to call that shit.
It was a clone.
Yeah, it was a clone Sidious. Yeah. I'm mentioning this again. I need to mention this. When Ras Skywalker came out, they all expected to give us somehow Palpatine return, which again people were like, what the shit is that? I swear to God, Ras Skywalker was rated by 5 years old. I swear to God. And then yes, now we know 4 years later, we know they used Grogu's blood, right? They did mention it in the show. We know that the doctor said that they were going to use his blood to do clones. And in season 3, we saw Moff Gideon clone himself using Grogu's blood. So now we know that, but because Dave Filoni and Joe Favreau had to tell us that's how he returned. Back in 2019, we have no fucking idea. I was clueless and shit. I was like, okay, cool. Like they brought up Palpatine.
I think it ruined Anakin.
Oh yeah, no. Like the sequel ruined. It's like here's the thing: either that you think the sixth movie exists, or only the sequels, because the sequel kills the prequels and the original trilogy. Really? Like is that those never happened? I had my mouth. Sorry, but yeah, no. It's again. I never will like the sequel. I don't even count him as canon. Like in my head, Anakin, Han, Luke, and Leia are still alive. I don't care.
Right.
My canon, because again, like the Luke that we got, it was bad looking, but in the Mandalorian, and we saw in Book of Boba Fett, that's the Luke that we love and know. We
should have gotten a series of after, what is it? Empire is the last one.
Return of the Jedi.
Or Return. We should have gotten a series of them after that, because Han didn't stay with Leia. He was still in the comics, like going around and doing smuggling thing.
If you play Star Wars Battlefront 2, you see him, and on where Maze is, whatever that planet is called. There, there's a bit that he goes and he meets. Because technically, Battlefront 2 is canon. The campaign of that it's canon, because we saw when they did the excision after Last Jedi came out, they explained the campaign, and where you see Kylo Ren and you see Leia talking to I forgot the name of the main whatever the character you play in that game, the girl, the woman,
the squadron girl.
Yeah, whatever her name is. Yeah, so that is canon. So again, Han was scavenging for years and years and years. Sure, they made a kid at one point, but that's it. Like he was never home.
Yeah.
And they mentioned I hate seeing you leave, and I was like, I know, that's why I was coming back, because you miss me. Like those and I've told it before, and I don't want to say this, but like Leia and Rise of Skywalker just they should have just did what they did with like Tolkien and like Rogue One and make it fully CGI, because as much as we all love Carrie Fisher, we all do, we all miss her. It was awkward as fuck to see Leia and Rise of Skywalker. It was just like like, oh man, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just I don't want to talk shit about it, because I respect Harry and I respect Leia, but man,
the scene where she's flying through space was so cringy to me.
We don't talk about Bruno, we don't talk about that.
She was connected to the Force, but she only had we don't know if
she was limited to it there.
We got
just because Luke would have done that, and don't tell me Leia can do that. Luke wouldn't be able to do that there, and by far. And then that one flashback sequence when he turns with Leia out there, that one sequence in Jurassic Skywalker when like when Ghost Luke is talking to Rey and it's like, oh yeah, well, I trained Leia, blah blah blah, and it's like again, no, just no. I don't see Leia as a Jedi at all. No offense, but it's just no.
She's too political.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she believes in aggressive negotiation. She's too much like her mother.
Yeah.
You look at Padme and Leia; they're literally the same. Well, not the same person, but they're very similar.
Right.
To nature. Even though we all prefer, I don't know if I prefer Padme or Leia. I don't know. I like them both.
Padme all the way.
Yeah, Natalie Portman really brought it. She was only 16 when she played Padme in episode 1.
Yeah. I mean, during the premiere, she had to, like, leave early to take her final exam.
Yeah. No, she was really young. And if you guys don't... If I can bring you guys any movie, watch Leon the Professional. With Natalie Portman asking... Have you watched the movie? It was her first... He was like 7 years old. It was her first acting gig. Leon the Professional.
Is that the movie where she has, like, kind of like the bob and she's, like... She's like...
She's very young and she kills people for Leon the Professional. Amazing movie. If you guys not Portman, if you haven't seen that movie, amazing. And she was nominated for best supporting actress at like 7 years old at that time, 8 whatever. So amazing series, movie. So 3 episodes left. What do you want to see? Because here we have some more Star Wars. We have three episodes left. What do you want to see in those next 3 episodes?
With the final, I want Shin to I don't know, because she's not bad or good, like you said. She's like, she still has awareness of what she's doing, because she was like, there's so little Jedi left, and it's sad.
Yeah.
And it's like, she could be a good person if she wanted, because why do they want the war to start? Like, why do they want peace to fall?
Well, I feel like they were probably like brainwashed by either Tron or what's her name again? Jeez, the witch.
Morgan.
Yes, Morgan. I can't figure her name. Yeah, Morgan. I think Morgan has to do with that in a certain way there, or Morgan is probably brainwashing Balin. And then Balin is telling her what to do, and he just follows because that's his master, her master. Yeah. So I think that's a big reason that's doing that. Yeah, no, because there's 3 episodes. Is there 8 or 6 episodes? There's 8, right?
Yeah.
I think is there 6 because here is saying next episode we're gonna see Ahsoka probably going. We're probably gonna see Ezra or Tron in the next episode. There's a big chance we see those in the next episode. I just need to search up because I don't even know myself. How many?
Yeah, there's 8 because that was episode 5, and then they said there was 3 more.
Oh yeah. The last episode will be October 3rd. Yeah.
Cool.
So October 3rd will be the final episode. Yeah. Again, yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's still a chance to see, because there's 3 episodes left, and apparently episode 6 is gonna be around 55 minutes. That's what. So like 40. I'm gonna say 48. There's like 5-6 minutes of credits. So like around 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Around time. Well, that's rumor, but again, I don't know. Because I'm gonna say this. I know this is a Rebel. Basically, Rebel season 5, right? Basically, what it is, right? But we got Cohen's flashback. I'm saying we're gonna get some Rebels flashback. Because like episode 2 when you saw like the picture of the gang, that was actually a really cool Easter egg too. It seemed like the cartoon version of those characters, right? Which I know was supposed to like the painting, but that was the cartoon version that we grew up watching. Back in 2010s. That was really cool. But I feel like we're gonna get some Rebels flashback. I feel like, and they're gonna bring Kane, like maybe like Kane and Ezra, training, or Sabine's a younger version of herself training with Ahsoka. We're gonna get more flashbacks, because again, it's Dave Filoni, and we know Dave Filoni loves to give us fan service. Like he likes to fan. Come with the Kennedy, which I don't give you a shit about the fan. Like look at Indiana Jones 5. Jeez, that was trash. Have you seen it?
It was such a money grab.
Oh, it didn't even make money too.
Yeah, they were like, we're gonna make money, and then it flopped.
The money had a budget of $375 million, and they only made $386 million. To make profit, you need to make at least 3 times the budget to make profit of a
Yeah.
movie. They flop really hard. But so far, the biggest flop of the year is The Flash. That's the biggest flop of the year so far.
That was awful.
Oh
Like,
man, Jesus. I'm gonna say this. I enjoy the only thing I enjoy from the movie is Michael Keaton as Batman. That's the only thing I enjoy.
Yeah.
And the 2 minutes of Cowboy as Wonder Woman, that was cool, I guess. Except for that, the CGI. Oh Jesus. Oh no, man. Like the Christopher Reeve Superman looked so bad, and then we had the Nicolas Cage, and oh my god, like those scenes were so unnecessary. Like I feel like they want to be
I
like
mean,
Marvel.
Supergirl looked really good though. I think.
The one with beside Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Oh, she looked better than Christopher Reeve, Superman. For sure, Christopher Reeve looks bad. Like damn. Oh, and also Henry Cavill. Like there was like when they're like in the. Oh, yeah, it looks so horrible. I did a video on the Flash. I give it like a 2 out of 10. I was just not. And now they released the trailer for Aquaman yesterday. And if you guys are not following the news, of course, Amber Heard. If you guys already know. If you don't know, then you don't know. Go look at yourself. She appears like in 1 second of the trailer. So I think they're trying to like show her the less possible in the movie.
Yeah.
After what happened with Johnny Depp and everything, she lost.
Well, I think it came out that like he actually was the abuser.
Wait, no, she was.
Really?
Yes.
I
Oh,
heard
no.
Both ways.
He won the court. He won the court.
Okay.
Because at the end of the court, because she had to pay him $50 million in damage.
Dang.
And he said, "Keep your money." And she didn't have any more money after that. She was broke. No. He ended up winning the court because he's getting movie deals there. Like he's going back to, and there's rumors, and they're coming from tribal shores that he's gonna be making Pirate 6. Because so the writers of Pirate 5 and 4, they said Pirate 6, the script is already written, it's already done, the script is there. Just the actor strike and writer strike is holding everybody back right now, right? Like an example, we're getting the Marvels in November, which I'm skipping the Marvels. So just get everybody, I'm not watching the Marvels. I'm not. I just don't care about the Marvels. I hate the Captain Marvel. No offense, Ms. Marvel. Again, I didn't even finish the show.
We have to see actual Captain Marvel, because wasn't Captain Marvel a boy in the comics?
Yes.
We need to see a variant of him.
Yeah, no, I know we do. And the only character that I like in the Marvels is Rambo. I like her in WandaVision. We talked about this before. I liked her a lot in WandaVision. And of course, Nick Fury is in the show. Have you seen Secret Invasion?
I have.
Okay, yeah, that was horrible. Jesus fucking hell, jeez. Oh, that was the show that
Rhodey so dirty.
I know, and now you know what pissed me off so much. The Rudy that saw Iron Man die was not Rudy. That was the Skrull, and I was like, bro, no, you. That makes depressed. Like Civil War Rudy, like when he apparently that's I don't know. But Endgame Rudy or Infinity War Rudy, that was not Rudy. That was just a variance of Rudy.
He seems so unaffected by his long-term friend
that
dying.
is true.
He cried a little bit, but
no, he doesn't have a tear. If you look careful, he doesn't have a single tear. Spider-Man cries, Cap cries, Pepper cries, everybody, but him. He just looks at him and hey, what's up, buddy? Whatever he says. Wait, I'll show you. I'm gonna pull the clip really quick. I'm pretty sure. You might be right. Let me really quick. Check.
I think he has a tear, one streak.
Spoilers for Endgame. I've already seen the movie already. If you haven't seen the movie already, I don't know what to tell you. Well, can I see the actual scene? Is it right here? That's the deleted scene. Did he cry? No,
I think he has tears in his eyes.
Can I see the bro? No, not a reaction. I just wanted the actual scene. There we go, right here. It's been a while since I've seen Endgame to Colonians with you. It's been a minute. I haven't seen the game in a couple months. I honestly kind of forgot. We'll see what happens in this. To be honest with you.
Speaking of Iron Man, in the comics with Ironheart, he pretty much mentors her as AI.
Oh yeah, I know.
I want to see that. That would be cool.
Yeah, well, we're getting is it Iron Heart really soon, so we'll see what happens with that. Did he cry?
Yeah.
I swear to God. No, he doesn't like. How I go? I don't. How I going?
It might be the sweat.
I hope I don't get strike for this. I might get strike for this, but fuck it. But not really. Like he just has a straight, like mostly a straight face. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, not a single tear. Like he looks sad, but like see, I don't know if Marvel planned this, since I don't know if they planned this, because we're gonna make it like this, like this, like this, but yeah, again, it's yeah, I can tell.
He's like, it is what it is.
It is what, yeah, literally, he's like, it is what it is. I feel like Real Rudy would have fucking cried for imagine, because Rudy comes out of circumvision, like he missed 2016, 2017, 18, 19. He missed 7 years, 8 years. Like he doesn't know what the hell happened. He doesn't know. He doesn't know Tony died there.
He's gonna be like, who the heck is King, and why? Like, oh,
Yeah.
because of King Dynasty.
Yeah, who's
be like,
he's,
we're gonna die.
He doesn't know Thanos, and he is giving Armor Wars. We know that. With that little that fake that whatever in Black Panther, the one fake Iron Man, the Iron Heart, whatever her name is there. When I see her,
Yeah.
and of course, I think when I see Rudy, I think in Thunderbolts, if I'm not mistaken. I think so, because Thunderbolts could be all the sidekicks.
Yeah, with King Dynasty, they gotta. I'm pretty sure the X-Men fight Galacticus in the comics as well as the Avengers and stuff like that. Because I think I saw a clip of like Cyclops, or like a picture of Cyclops just floating in space.
Yeah, because there's you talk about Galactus,
or it might have been someone else. I think it was Galacticus because he's like the big bad of. Like,
Galactus! Yeah, we saw Galactus in Fantastic Four, but that was not like the Galactus we saw in the comic books or in the video games for that matter. But if that wants to load, there we go. We'll show this really quick, but like, if people want to know how big Galactus is, just a quick I guess thought about Galactus, because again, Galactus is huge. If you guys think about it, very very huge. Here's how big Galactus is.
Such insignificant creatures.
Very big.
They dare steal from Galactus.
Just say like he can only take a bite of the earth. So don't mess with a guy. Do not mess with Galactus. He is, if that's because when you saw it, I have seen the Turtles. I don't give a shit about the movie, to be honest. But the giant you see in that movie, or Galactus is bigger than those people. I haven't seen because I don't personally care about Eternals. I just don't. I'm sorry, I'm no offense. I just never did. I'm not gonna watch a movie when they introduce 8 new characters and like I have to learn their names. Like, nope. In my opinion, waste of time to watch Eternals. In my opinion,
they should have done it better because they were bigger in the comics. Too.
Oh, I know how big. I grew up reading comics, but again,
like they did it so bad.
Oh yeah, I know. I've only heard bad things.
It's so different from our old Marvel, like the Marvel we're used to. So people are like, "What?"
Yeah, and of course, Harry Styles. As Styles was his brother, I was like, "Wait, what the man? Come on!" Like
he looks so goofy.
I know, like was it the God of Love, whatever? Right? Yeah, the God of Love. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, the guy is not ugly and shit like that, so I don't know why do you choose him to play the God of Love, but it's again this. I mean, he was good in Dunkirk. I will say that he was good in Dunkirk, and he was had a little part in that. Is that Dunkirk? In 1917, he played in a war movie. No, Dunkirk. Yeah. No, he was Dunkirk. Yeah, with Christopher Nolan. Yeah.
Because Cillian Murphy was in Dunkirk as well.
Yeah, talking about Cillian Murphy again. Oh God. Oh no, I'm saying this right now. Oppenheimer's winning Best Picture. There's no question about it. I think Nolan already knows that is winning Best Picture, and I think Murphy is gonna win Best Actor, 100%. And or maybe I know there's a movie coming out next month called Napoleon, played by Joaquin Phoenix. You know, so everybody knows that, you know, Napoleon. You know, of course, the one of the greatest general of all time, one of the most known general of all time.
Yeah.
That looks like a Oscar worthy movie and everything. We'll have to wait and see. But I feel like Murphy's going best actor. And I said Johnny Jr. He's gonna get nominated at the best, and then at the least, and then again, I hope he wins because, you know, because he was all bad. Even though he played Ghost Iron Man, he was all bad for 11 years playing Iron Man. You know, like he played one movie between that, and that was The Judge that he put in 2013. You know, but that's it. And then after Iron Man, you know, Doolittle was ooh, you know, we don't talk about Doolittle, you know, but I was pretty bad. I saw that in theater too. I was waste of money. Big waste of money. Yeah, I was like, I wish I didn't. What about that? Do you have any more thought of Ahsoka? Because you know, again, we saw a lot of things. I feel like the Vader and Anakin stuff was just perfect, and I think again it was why it proves that David Filoni can write direct a good show. Because again, those scenes were amazing, and people wants to complain about fan service. Listen, if you complain about fan service, you're not a fan. Like like that episode was to please, you know, mainly the Clone Wars fan. Of course, even if you don't know Clone Wars, it was still nice to aid in back as Anakin. You know, I mean, we knew that it was gonna be in the show, but we didn't know how or, you know, in what shape or form he was gonna be in the show. Right? It's same as Obi-Wan. We knew he was gonna play Vader, but nobody knew we were gonna get a flashback of him fighting Obi-Wan for Trinity. Nobody knew. There's the same as Ahsoka. We didn't know we were going to see Anakin and War Between Worlds. Nobody knew about that. Again, that was a big surprise. Again, so, yeah. And I think, did you see my reaction to, I don't know if I sent it to you, when when Anakin,
Ahsoka?
when Anakin appeared in, the, wait, is that, it's the issue, I sort of views really quick, but like, I think my reaction was just, again, really funny when we saw Anakin, but I was like, bro! That was just...
Is that the... Where Ezra is? No.
Technically it is where Ezra is. It is War Between Worlds. Just another version, I guess. It technically is, but they're not there yet. I was very high watching the episode, so yeah, I sound stupid, you know, but...
Hello, Slip.
Master?
I might have overreacted a little bit, but I don't care, you know. I just...
Didn't expect to see you so soon.
It's okay.
She's dead.
They're fulfilling our inner child.
Yes! Oh, yeah, 100%. They are.
Oh my god! Let's go.
And again, she doesn't call him Vader, she calls him Anakin. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Like I've said this before, but Anakin Christian is so beautiful. And like, man, like come on, like, and again, like I said, I think that the aging did get better since Obi-Wan came out. It's same with Luke. Yeah, like Luke and the Mandalorian look trash, right? Really trash. And then of course, Book of Boba Fett was done by a YouTuber. Again, I think that means a lot. And I need to shoot this really quick because I need to talk about it somebody really quick. I was watching the guy that did the deep fake for Luke in Book of Boba Fett. So before the Book of Boba Fett came out, he redid the Mandalorian scene, and I had never seen this before. But like, holy shit, you can, like, if you look carefully through like how much he worked on that. Where's YouTube? Oh, right here. The way he worked on those scenes, like you can tell the difference between the original and the deepfake. Like there's a huge difference between the original and the deepfake that he did, and that really looks. Like, this one looks just doesn't look like Mark Hamill. But this one, you can tell, this is Mark. So the deepfake he did before. And like, I think, like, the main problem is the mouth. Like, I don't,
right.
this place right here, even when he talks, the talking was awkward when I first saw it.
Are you a Jedi?
Speaking of Luke, I want to see Legends. Because he has a wife and a kid.
Oh, yeah. Was it Mary something, right?
It's Mara.
Mara
right?
Jane. I think. Is it Jane?
I think so.
I think it is.
Because they have a kid, and their kid trains.
No.
I think they have 2 sons. A daughter and a son.
Yeah, wait, that's not. I didn't mean. I should put Luke Skywalker because I just put like Luke, and that did not give me what I wanted. Why? Yeah, Mara Jade Skywalker, fictional character in the Star Wars franchise. She appears in a now non-canon Legend series as the wife of Luke Skywalker and mother of Ben Skywalker. She is voiced by Hayley Shannon. Wait, she has a wait. Where does she appear? Oh, the video games. Yes, she was in video games. Yeah. Yeah, because in the canon again, it's not it's legend, but still, yeah, voiced by Samantha Burnett and then Aiden Shannon for all the video games and shit like that. Yeah, no, yeah, she's there. Yeah, so yeah, her sons are she has one son, Ben Skywalker. Yeah, just one son. Not to be complete with Ben Solo. Yeah, see, so now that why they had both the same name. Like they had Ben Solo and Ben Skywalker. That's interesting. I know this is not canon, but it's still interesting to see that. This is legend. Like Starkiller again. Just because here's the thing. So Wookiee and Book of Boba Fett, whatever his name is, that was in Star Wars Legends. That was not in canon, and they brought it back again. They done it before.
Yeah.
They can do it again. Like that was legend character. I forgot his name. I know he was. People recognized him. So they recognized the character right away because he knew who he was. Again, so I think they can just do a Starkiller, please. I just want to see Starkiller live action. Make a Starkiller live action movie. You want to make money, Disney? You want to make money right now? Make a Starkiller live action movie. Trust me, you're gonna make the $1 billion easy. No joke. People are gonna be in line to watch that movie.
And then you have who was it? There was the two brothers. I can't remember their name, but they become like. Who was it?
Oh, the whole the old Republic that you're talking about. They're like those.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Like,
yes.
He turns bad and kills his brother.
Yeah, those two were the first Jedi and Sith, by the way. Like the father was the original Force, whatever, and there was one that turned out to the Force, one turned out to the dark side. So that was the origin of the Force. Again, yes. If you haven't seen those cutscenes, please just type Old Republic all cutscenes 4K. You're gonna be amazed what they did with those, those cutscenes. It's amazing to see.
Yeah.
With Dark Raven, of course, be a huge fan base to the legend side of the Star Wars. And it's not canon, it's still amazing storytelling. But yeah, because like what we see in the cutscenes, that is close to live action. It's very, very well animated, honestly. So yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Do you have anything else to add? Because I think we talked pretty much about everything. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna 3 episodes left. We're gonna see Tron really soon. I can't wait to see Tron live action. It's gonna be cool. We're probably gonna see Ezra really soon too. So I feel like final episode is gonna be like Ezra, Ahsoka, and Sabine fighting Tron. I feel like they're gonna do like a big, or maybe like Ahsoka versus Tron and like Ezra versus maybe like Balin and like Sabine fighting Sheen again because they fought twice already. Second time she ran away. Really funny to see her run away. And then, so I feel like, we're going to get a nice final battle.
It'd be cool to see, are Thrawn and Ezra together, or are they just in the same place?
Oh, they are, right? Yeah, they are. Like, they're both between worlds, So whenever we meet one of them, we'll probably meet the other. Not far from whenever we're going to meet them first. So, yeah. So I feel like next episode...
It'd be cool to see a corrupted Ezra.
Oh, I think that's we're getting that. I think that's going to be for likely we're getting that. Because next episode they're gonna go for Thrawn this next episode, unless we get like an entire flashback episode, which I don't mind. I'm just saying. I know because it's coming out in 3 days. Today's Friday. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. Today's Saturday. Jeez. Oh my God. I'm lost.
Nice.
Shit. Okay. It's almost Sunday. Yeah. So in 2 days and a half, we're getting episode 6, whatever. So what we can do, unless there's like something big happening in episode 6, if it's just like a normal episode, if there's something big happening in episode 6, if there is like another flashback or whatever, on Wednesday we'll do it. If you have time, like next week we'll do an episode. If not, then we'll just leave it there because if it's like a normal episode, I don't think it's. Guess what we'll do if there's something like cool happening, we'll wait until the show is done and we'll talk about it. What I want to do. Because Matthew has to catch up on everything, we're probably gonna do episode me, you, and Matthew, like when everything's done, the 3 of us.
Okay. So
you can finally meet the guy in person. I know you talked to him on text before, but I think because Madison is gone, I know where Madison is. You still talk to her, by the way? She just disappeared.
Yeah.
Have you talked to her at all, like ever, like or? Yeah, okay, she just disappeared. Yeah. Massive, if you're watching this, come back.
That group chat has been so inactive for like 2 years.
I know, because I did one episode with her when we talked about Spider-Man No Way Home, and we literally the entire episode was talking about Toby and Drew Garfield and Tom, and then just never see her again. She just disappeared. All I remember is she was roommate with like one of the niece of Carrie Fisher. I remember that. I was like, jeez. But yeah, Matt, if you're watching this, come back. We're still there. The group chat is still, we're still waiting for you. If you want to come back, just feel free. Just don't be shy. Just do it. Just come back.
I mean, Matthew's pretty busy too. He does a lot of cosplays.
Yeah.
And Comic-Cons.
Yes. Yeah. And he's working too, and his girlfriend spent time with his girlfriend. Yeah, he's been really busy. I mean, that's why he probably hasn't watched the last 2 episodes. He hasn't watched 3 and 4 and 5. He only watched the first 2. We're still waiting for him to. He's starting to catch up in like one day. So yeah, I'm pretty sure like we'll probably be able to. Because he told me to do it like next episode myself, but I decided to do it with you instead. But we'll probably eventually do it with the 3 of us. We're probably when the show is done, I'm guessing would be a good idea to like do a regular resume of the show, because I know this is a limited TV show, but I could see season 2. Depending how season 1 ends. Because here's the thing, I'm gonna say this right now, and I might, don't quote me on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ahsoka dies in the end of the season. Because she's dead by the rest of Skywalker. So, and then they'll be like, what the hell does she do after the season and like until she dies? I feel like they need to show us how she dies, because we know she's dead by the rest of Skywalker because she talks to Rey. So I feel like big possibility we see her die in the end of the show, which will probably be depressing and sad to see.
But how?
Probably throwing, killing her, or something like that. I don't know, or like her sacrificing herself, like she did. When she fought Vader in Rebels, when she didn't die, when she could have died, but I feel like we might see Ahsoka die. I won't be surprised. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, nobody. But if it happens, I said it here first, like 3 episodes beforehand. So I'm just saying we might see Ahsoka die. I won't be surprised if we do. So I'm saying this. She dies. If I'm right, if I'm not right though, and anybody can push me in the face. But if I'm right though, you can all thank me, or not. She don't think they'll be sad, But I feel like she could die, because again, like if this is a limited TV show, we're not getting season 2. This is one season off. What happens after that? Like where should It's like Mando. We're getting a movie. Like Disney is doing a movie to finish the story. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Mando die, and even Grogu, because Grogu is not alive at later Star Wars, and we know that he's probably gonna show him with Kylo Ren at the school that we saw Book of Boba Fett Luke building. So again, like those. I feel like you're gonna kill those characters. Just get ready, people, and you too. Just be ready to maybe feel depressed and sad about Ahsoka dying.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, all the characters in there could die. Honestly. Yeah. Oh, and also really quick.
They could win. The Empire could win.
Yeah, exactly. And Sabine getting stabbed and survive. I feel bad for Qui-Gon.
Well, he got hit in the spine. She got hit like in the wrist.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I know, but still.
And he laid there for a while, like bleeding out.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, she did too.
He was ready.
She did too. I mean, also the fact that he was like 64, because I was 64 in the Phantom Menace too, so a little older than Sabine is probably like in her 20s, I'm guessing, something like that. I'm gonna start the streaming here. Thank you for watching the 70th episode of Nerd Talk. Thank you for being here once again. Was appreciate that a lot. If you guys have any questions for us, ask us in the comments, of course, as always. And we'll see you guys next.